Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. We're moving into December, which means we start with the gingerbread theme. And this theme is just for a week because of the odd number of weeks that we have before we go on winter break. So we'll do 1 week of gingerbread, which is how it's set up now. And then for the next 2 weeks in December, we will be doing our Christmas theme. In our writing area, we have pages from our seasonal coloring packet on Teachers Pay Teachers. And I also have our little gingerbread man there right here in the corner that we are going to be using also for an art activity. In our dramatic play area, we have our gingerbread bakery, and this is always a fun addition to our gingerbread and Christmas theme. I'm going to leave this up the full 3 weeks. We have, in addition to little gingerbread men, we have the Melissa and Doug Christmas slice and bake cookies, which the children love, and we have some other assorted baking items and a little coffee pot, as well as oven mitts and some aprons they can wear. And the printable for the gingerbread bakery is in our gingerbread packet over on Teachers Pay Teachers. Again, all the links are in this video's description. In our block area, we have red and green blocks. We have paper mache houses and paper mache gingerbread men, and also some little wooden trees.
So you grab it and you turn it.
On our activity table, we have assorted printables, and these can be found in our Christmas packet. And also there are some freebies, and all of these will be in this video's description. This week, on the light table, we have these fit-togethers in green and red, and then I will be changing this out next week for our Christmas theme.
Cute paint.
And in our sensory bin, we have kinetic sand, we have gingerbread molds and scoops, and they've also loved using these sifters that I got from Goodwill over the summer. So we're going to keep those in there since they like those so much. At the Play-Doh table, I have gingerbread scented Play-Doh. It did come out a little dry, so I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I might have to replace it either with a fresh batch, or we'll get some brown Play-Doh to put in there, but we're going to start off using it. And then we have some gingerbread cookie cutters, and then our regular Play-Doh tools. The gingerbread mats that you see here, this is a freebie that is on the website. I'll drop a link to it in this video's description. Over at the art table, we are going to be doing some different Christmas activities. I want to get a start on our Christmas ornaments. These are going to be a photo ornament that the children will paint, and then we'll take their picture and put it inside. I'm not sure if that's going to be done during the gingerbread week. It probably will be done the next week. We are going to be taking this gingerbread here, and we're going to be rolling paint on bubble wrap, pressing him down on top so that we have a painted gingerbread man.
Put this over here. There you go.
And pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. And pick it up. And here it is. here's another art activity that we are doing, and it is gingerbread painting, which we have done in the past. In fact, I have a blog post. I'll drop a link to this activity in the video's description. This year, in addition to the gingerbread man, we are also doing a gingerbread house. We simply froze enough of these so that we have enough for the children, transported them in a cooler, and then we just put them on the trays and they're ready to go. So now they're having fun painting the gingerbread ice.
We have gingerbread ice.
Yes, you have a gingerbread house. We have a gingerbread house, and we have gingerbread men. We are painting the gingerbread house that the 3-year-olds started, and they said we can add on to it. This is how we're ending our day. And in our reading area, you can see that I have my 10 gingerbread men that are hanging in the window, and these are part of our gingerbread packet from Teachers Pay Teachers. And we have a lot of different printables that we are using with our circle time activities for our gingerbread theme. Make sure to check out my gingerbread circle time video that I published a couple of weeks ago. That will give you more detail as to what we're doing, along with the links to these circle time printables. Jumping on the bed, one fell off and bumped his head. Mommy called the doctor and the doctor said, no more gingerbread men jumping on the bed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little gingerbread men jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Mommy called the doctor and and he couldn't catch him either. He got so tired he had to sit down. And then he came to a bear. He couldn't catch him. And then he came to a wolf. Did the boy catch him? Oh, did the little old lady and the little old man catch him? No. Did the farmer catch him? No. Did the bear catch him? No. Did the wolf catch him? No. Did the fox catch him? Tap your tummy. Tap your shoe. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells. So that's how we have our classroom set up for the gingerbread theme. Make sure to check out my gingerbread circle time video, because that is where I share what we're doing during circle time, as well as some really fun printables that go along with it. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, as that helps this channel. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds on YouTube and click that bell icon so that every time I publish a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching. So this is an activity that is part of the gingerbread packet, and there are homes, different gingerbread houses that go up to 10, and each house is a different color. And then there are gingerbread men that match the houses and they match the numbers. So what I'm going to do is use this as a circle time activity, and I'm going to lay the houses out. And for our younger children, we'll just go up to 5. And for our older classes, we'll go up to 10. I'm going to make enough gingerbread men so that each child gets one. So depending on how large your class is, you're going to have to make extras. And then as you go around the circle, the children come up and they find the matching gingerbread house. Have them tell you, what, if they can, what number is on the house and the gingerbread man, and also what color. And so they're just going to place it under the house, just like this. And then you can even have an extra challenge where you can have more of some numbers than others. So you can say which house has the most. So you can really adapt this for different levels. But for younger children, keep it basic. Only use a few of the lower numbers so that there's not as many. And then they're just simply mostly matching it by color, but then you can tell them what number is on it as well. And if you want to have it be simpler for the younger children and you don't want to involve the numbers, in our gingerbread packet we also have just a simple color matching activity. And there's more colors than this, but for right now, for simplicity, I'm just going to show you these 4. And then whatever colors I choose to use, I make sure I have enough gingerbread men so that each child has one. And again, I am going to lay these out. I will do this in a single row when we have it in front of the children at circle time on the carpet. And then each of them will come up and they'll match their gingerbread to the same color house. So this is very similar to the numbered, except it doesn't have the numbers. So it's a little bit easier for younger children, or if you simply want to work on color skills, then this is the one that you will want. This is also part of the gingerbread packet, and this is a cookie shape recognition activity. So it goes great with your gingerbread theme. I chose the bell, the tree, the house, and the snowflake. And you have one set that you place on the carpet. This is the shape. And then you want to make sure you have enough extra of the decorated cookies so that each child has one. And they come up and they match their shape, their cookie, just like that. And this is also, you can do this as an individual activity at the table where you just make one set of each, and then they can just place their cookies on top of the shapes. We also have a emotions activity that is part of our gingerbread packet, and what we have the different faces here, and these are what we lay out on the carpet at circle time. And then the children each get one of the cards that has a different facial expression, and they can come up and they can match the gingerbread man to the facial expression, just like this. And again, you want to make sure you have enough so that each child gets at least one. And then for our younger children, for my 2 and young 3-year-olds, I'm going to start this activity by just having happy and sad. So I have the happy, sad faces that I'll put on the floor, and then I'll make enough of these so that the children will each get a happy or a sad face and they can put it on. From there, we'll build to the other emotions. For older preschoolers, in our gingerbread packet, we have these gingerbread man lacing cards. And then once again, I've laminated these. Definitely, these especially, you want these to be durable since they're going to be holding them. And then they just simply put the yarn through the hole. They're weaving it through, lacing it. And I like to buy these pre-tipped lacing yarn pieces, and you can get these on Amazon. I've seen them at Lakeshore, and you just simply it makes it a lot easier. And I always like to tie it on here, like find one spot to tie it on so then it doesn't slip off, and then they can go around again. This would be more suitable for older preschoolers because they have a lot of holes that they'd have to weave it in and out of. In our gingerbread packet, we also have these decorate a cookie sheets, and there's different shapes. I like to use these at the writing table, and you can use them with markers, watercolors, crayons, colored pencils, duodots, whatever you like to use at the writing table. And you can also use these at the art table. Actually, that would probably be a better place for the watercolors. I also use these as templates. So I will cut them apart, and either I will trace them, I can use this as a shape to trace onto construction paper, or I just might cut them out and actually use the same paper that they were printed on, and we can use them for some type of art activity as well. Also in our gingerbread packet are signs and menus so that you can add a gingerbread bakery to your dramatic play area. We also have a gingerbread circle time props packet that comes with the characters in the traditional gingerbread man story. And what I like to do is laminate them, and I put a magnetic dot on the back. This is just self-adhesive, so it's so easy. And I put these on a magnetic board because that's how I like to do it for circle time. The children really can see them, and I love the size of these because they really grab the children's attention. They're nice and large. And you can also put Velcro on the back and put them on a felt board. And then what I also do, oh yes, and there's also, couldn't forget the little gingerbread man who's running. He's in there too. And then I took the basic gingerbread man and I laminated and made enough copies of him so that each of the children can hold one while we tell the story. On Teachers Pay Teachers, it's called 5 Little Friends Jumping on a Bed, and it has different characters that jump on the bed, and these are from they're seasonal or different holidays, like there's the hearts and there's the bunnies and there's snowmen, so you change it out. The bed is different too. It's decorated depending on the season. And there might be a glare that's being picked up on this because I've laminated it. So it's hard for me to get this so that you can see it without that glare. But I laminated the gingerbread men, and they are attached with Velcro. And then on the back, I put a little strap. This is how I always do my little handheld, like the 5 little monkeys, I did it like this. And so it's a little handle, and then I put tape on the other side so it's not sticky right here. And then I can just hold it, and we remove the gingerbread men as they fall off the bed. And it does come with a sheet of plain gingerbread men. And what I like to do always, as I've said before, is I like to create little props, so you could cut these out, laminate them, put them on popsicle sticks so the children can hold them, and then they can move their gingerbread up and down jumping while you do you hold this prop with the gingerbread jumping off the bed. We have more gingerbread activities in our Christmas theme packet. This particular activity is really fun for younger learners, and it's a pom-pom matching activity. So you can put as many cards out as you want. This can be a table activity, and they just match the pom-poms up. You can also have this be a circle time activity by putting these pieces out in the middle of the floor and giving each child a pom-pom. So you make sure you have enough, and you probably have a couple of reds, a couple of purples, or whatever. And then they can come up and they can put their pom-pom on the matching gingerbread. Part of our Christmas theme packet is this gingerbread patterning activity. We have an easier one that just has one line, and then we have more challenging pattern cards that have 2 lines, and they have to figure out which color gingerbread goes in the box with the question mark. We have these gingerbread clip cards that are also in our Christmas theme packet, and the children count how many gingerbread men there are, and then they can clip the clothespin to the number. And I also found these cute gingerbread erasers. They come in different colors, but I took the brown ones out, and they can count as they do so. And if you want to work on shapes, this gingerbread man activity from the Christmas theme packet, there's actually 2 sheets. So there's another sheet with some more shapes. And then I have the cards, and they just place it, they just match them on top like this. And this is a great table activity. In the Christmas packet, we have a gingerbread color matching activity, and I just like I do with all of my circle time activities, I make one copy that these all go on the carpet, and then I make extras so that each child has one, and then I have them come up, and then they just match them up. And then you can count how many you have of each color. Here is another fun way to use these. Go on a gingerbread man hunt. So hide these around the room, and then you can ask the children to find them. And as they find them, they can bring them back to the circle, and they can tell you what color they have. Another printable is gingerbread props. These come plain and they come numbered. And then I use the numbered ones. I love to put these on the magnetic board. Again, there's my magnetic circle. And then what you can do is you can either use these for songs or just for plain old counting, or you can make extra copies of these, and then the children can get a copy. They can get a gingerbread with a certain number, and theirs can have magnetic on the back as well, and they can go up to the magnetic board and they can place theirs next to the matching number. I also have this freebie on the website. These are gingerbread man mats, and I like to use these at the Play-Doh table. Here's a fun make a gingerbread house. This is a free printable on the website. You have your house, and then they have a bunch of different pieces that the children can then decorate the house, the gingerbread house. So this is a fun addition to the gingerbread theme, and wherever they want to put their pieces, they can. And this could be a table activity, or another option would be, it could be a circle time activity. So you give each child a piece, and they can come put their gingerbread piece on it until the gingerbread house is built. If you're looking for a gingerbread man template or a coloring sheet or a painting sheet, I have this free printable that is on my website. It's actually in a collection with some other free Christmas template color sheets. So all of these links are in the video's description.